And just like that, Haikyuu has come to an end. The amount of feels I got with this episode. Oh my. This is something we've been waiting for 3 seasons. 3 seasons. That's a long time. That's a lot of time, okay? We've invested into this series. If you're an anime only such as myself, you most likely feel exactly like I do. And even if you're a manga reader, most likely you have some feels going on too. To see these characters that have overcome so much since season 1, they've trained so hard, they pushed themselves, even suffered defeat, and they continue to push on forward and be where they're at right now at the end of this episode. It's just, it hits you. You're like, yo, they finally did it. They finally made it to Nationals. That was such a good moment. When you see the ball just hit the ground, slow motion, it reminded me of their defeat. That's exactly what that reminded me of. You remember the defeat they received in Season 1 when the ball hit and it was just over? That's what that reminded me of. When you see the other side, the ball hit slowly. It was the same on their side, Shiratori's side, but on our side, we were jumping for joy, because our team, they did it. Kurasuno flies once again. They are no longer the flightless bird. And when you get that message, when you just see the crows pop up, and you just see what Hinata does, that was such an emotional moment. I'm like, yo, Haikyuu, yo, you're doing so good, And, I mean, I was just smiling this entire episode, just soaking it in. I'm like, this is the final episode. It's the final episode. It makes me sad to know it is, but at the same time, I'm happy just to see all of them, Kurasuno, finally go to Nationals. See these characters, been trying so hard, they finally made it. It was such a good scene to witness. So, now that we know Kurasuno has won, it's concluded. The season of Haikyuu Season 3, it's over. And there probably won't be a new season for a good long while. If there's going to be any new season of Haikyuu, I want to assume it's probably going to come out late next year. Probably 2017. Maybe around fall or Christmas time. That's probably when, Haikyuu Season 4 might start up. Depending on how many chapters, comes out on a yearly basis, breaks, stuff like that. We'll see how it goes. So, I mean, overall, I don't see a Haikyuu Season 4 continuation for a very good long while, because, it tends to be like this. When, an anime catches up to a manga, they can't make new content, they can't make a new season, because, they need to let the manga build up more chapters. And from what I'm hearing from fellow Chibits on Twitter, they were telling me that there's only 40 chapters left. Like, for instance, 40 chapters left of the series. Like, I mean, we're, on chapter, I think 200 sound already? I could be wrong with that. I think we're on 200 or early 200s, and there's 40 chapters that are past the anime. So, I mean, it sounds like a lot of chapters, but in reality, it's really not. I mean, a lot of anime adaptations can easily do 70 plus to 100 chapter, usage on each season. I'm not even joking. That's usually what happens. I mean, let's use an example of Taizai Season 1. Taizai Season 1 used 100 chapters for Season 1's, I guess, adaptation. And I mean, I guess Shokugeki most likely did the exact same thing. So when you really think about all of this, 40 chapters isn't a lot. We'll probably have to wait till late next year until we probably get a continuation of Haikyuu. Makes me sad, but I'd rather wait for some good quality. I mean, I think we can all agree that Haikyuu, the anime series, is fucking fantastic. It's a freaking great anime series. And I mean, with how much quality is put into this series, with the production team, to the voice actors, to the way just the director directs it and all that, it's a very good production. It's a good work. It's something very nice to see when it does come out. And so I feel like we could all wait for eventually Haikyuu to have continued anime continuation versus Season 4. So I can wait, but at the same time, though, it makes me sad. And I'm gonna miss watching this on Friday. I will, because, I mean, I always enjoy when Haikyuu comes back. I get to just sit down and enjoy, Kurasuno going up against impossible odds and stuff. It's fun. So, with that being said, let's talk about other things. So, Suki. I've talked about Suki more than I have in the past 2 seasons. I have. I've talked about Suki as a character more than I did in the entirety of Season 1 and Season 2. I know for a fact I have. And the reason for that is because of how much development this man has gotten. Even in this episode, even after the match was done, he got more development. He was upset and thinking bad about himself, like, I'm lame, because he realized what he said. Like, I want to block more of their aces balls coming in. I'll block more, but he's like, I only managed to really do one. And he was upset with himself. You saw he was angry with himself, and he realizes that, you know, he was kind of lame, and he wants to do more. He wants to get stronger. So this isn't his stopping point. He wants to continue moving forward and getting stronger. So Suki's pretty much letting us know, as the reader or watcher, that I'm going to continue to stand out. I want to continue to become stronger and continue to become a very good character. So it's kind of like the mangaka reassuring us that this character is going to be very, very, very well developed in the future. So I'm happy to see that. That truly made me happy seeing that little scene in this episode to let us know that Suki will continue to be a very important character. Now, what the coach said, Ukai said, Suki is definitely MVP. He is definitely MVP of this match. There's no denying it. Yes, all the Kurosano members stood in and did everything they could. I'm not saying each individual member didn't do nothing. I'm not saying that. They all did a lot. They brought a lot to the table. They all helped out. Even the people on the bench, they helped a lot out. They all put in their own effort to make Kurosano win and become a school that can fly once again. But Suki was a type of character that really kind of cemented everything together. Everything came together thanks to what Suki did. Suki's plans, to him coming back like he did even after being hurt, that motivation he showed, and it's something that not many of the Kurosano members were really used to. Just seeing someone like this, Suki being that helpful, or someone that was just really standing out on the court, they were all just mesmerized by this person. And so Suki, definitely MVP. He really up the morale of everyone in Kurosano. He's the one that continued to show that morale and allow everyone to say, like, holy shit, we need to keep pushing, because this man, even after getting injured, he's still going forward. I mean, this man's trying his hardest to win right now. He's doing all these blocks, he's just doing these epic comebacks. I mean, this man's going all in. So Suki as a character and as the MVP, definitely of this match, like, he was the best. Like, he is one of the best characters of Season 3 of Haikyuu, and definitely the MVP of this alone. This match alone, MVP. Without him, I don't think Kurosano would have won. I really don't. But I mean, the same could be said for any character. I think if all the characters, if one character is missing, they probably wouldn't have won. But Suki was just someone that was very important. Just a lot of his actions really drove that final nail in the coffin for Shiratori and how Kurosano was able to win. Now, besides that, let's talk about the pressure of what Suki and Hinata felt from Shiratori's ace. That scene, that meaning, damn, that was such a good scene. Like, I was like, yo, that is epic. That is so epic when you see Hinata and Suki just pushed to the ground, and you just see the ace just pushing their head into the freaking ground, the floor, and they can't get up. They're just struggling. You see them squirming and stuff as they just feel the force of this man, and it was just showing how powerful this man was, how much pressure he put on his opponents. And when you see Suki and Hinata not being able to move, they're just squirming and stuff, and you see the third years, they pop up and they lift this man's arm, and you just see how they're struggling to hold him up. They're shaking and shit. You're like, yo, this is so epic. And when Suki and Hinata, they look around, they realize that the pressure's been relieved, they get up and they continue on fighting. That was one of my favorite scenes of the episode, just seeing that scene with Suki and Hinata struggling. The third years come in and they just save them. That badass as fuck. Badass as fuck. That was badass as fuck. That was so good. Just the motivation from the third years helping out. They really showed that they're not someone you should, you know, kind of brush off and say they're not as important as the new characters. For instance, like Hinata and Kageyama or Suki being added into Kurosano. You know, their characters are very important, we know. But also these third years, these other main characters like Daichi and them, they're characters you just can't write off. They're not characters that are just there to be there. They are very important. They're characters that really, really show that high morale and motivation to continue on pushing forward. So definitely the third year is also MVP of that moment. Probably my favorite moment of the episode. Holy hell, that was a really good moment. So yeah, Haikyuu has come to an end. And I mean, I know many are going to be asking me, Chibi, are you going to be reading the manga of Haikyuu? I mean, this is always asked. Every time a season concludes of Haikyuu, it's always asked. And I want to say the exact same thing I said for Food Wars, okay? Yes, I haven't done a Food Wars review yet, but I want to say this. If I have the time, and I can get around to it, I will do a, you know, I guess, binge read of Haikyuu. I'll definitely try to read it. I'm not gonna promise. I'm not making any promises, because, I mean, if I find out that there's an anime announcement for a continuation, obviously I'd rather be an anime only, because I love the anime of Haikyuu. It's fucking fantastic. I'd rather be an anime only. So, I'll give it a while, but if I do eventually have the time and there really is no possibility for a continuation, maybe for 2 years from now, I'll definitely, you know, probably start it. I mean, like, probably 6 months from now, if there's no announcement or something, or if there's no new news or something of Haikyuu or whatever, I'll probably start reading the manga. So, I'm not gonna give any promises. It ain't a promise. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you all know it's out there on the table, because, I mean, we just gotta see where the anime takes us, see if the Season 4 gets announced or not, but I just don't want to make any promises and upset individuals, so, yeah. Anyways, that is the end. This is my final video of Haikyuu for a good while, most likely, so it's been fun. I've had a lot of fun watching this series once again. It's been a lot of fun watching with all of you, and all of you just commenting each week. It really makes me happy, so thank you everybody that's tuned into these videos, and just tell me, what was your favorite moment of this season of Haikyuu? I mean, if I had to say my favorite moment, my favorite moment of the episode was definitely the coach, Ukai, just screaming, like, keep moving forward, push forward. That was such an emotional moment, just because of the message and what it meant, but also the voice actor's final legacy, leaving that behind. That's probably my favorite moment of Haikyuu Season 3. So I want to ask everyone, what's everybody's favorite moment of this season? What you truly enjoy more? So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.